What up? What up? It's Herb Hill, to Keep It Trill podcast. How's everybody doing? How y'all feeling? How you living? I'm doing good. Still no baby, but baby should be coming soon. Any day now. Well, really, we got 5 days, but any day now. But man, I've been thinking a lot about trauma, and I'm kind of always thinking about trauma, to be honest with you. Like, cause I'm always trying to heal from something or let something go or move on from something. But I have a hard time with snakish people, man. Like for some reason, that's just one of the things that grinds my gears. And I can't like I've had people be snakes to me, but I'm saying it bothers me more when it happens to my family members for some reason. I don't know why. Like I don't know why. Like I almost want to be like Batman and just get revenge. Like I take that very seriously, man. Like I don't like seeing people do other people wrong. And maybe it don't bother me is because if I'm being done wrong, I don't see it. But when I see somebody else being done wrong, it bothers me deeply. So bad. But I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. And, these people, these family members, they either can move on from it or deal with it. You know what I mean? But I take it more personal than they do. Because it's like, dang, they did that. Like, what? I don't rock like that, man. I don't like snakes. I'm telling you. But it's traumatic, you know. And I think it stems from seeing something happen to one of my family members, and I was like right there when it happened. That's PTSD for a young man to see that and see the outcome of that, and losing somebody that you loved, you know, while they was doing dirt on you. You know what I mean? Like that's harsh. That's cold, man. And that's why I choose to be the type of man that I am, because there's nobody worth losing that. Like there's nobody worth losing everything that you work so hard to build. Like here I am. I just said on Sunday, my in-laws, my family, they celebrated me and the type of man that I am. And my mother-in-law was like, I'm so happy the type of man that my daughter has, and I wish I could clone you for this daughter and this daughter and this daughter. And I was like, no, don't do that. Don't say that. Like I ain't perfect, and I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm just trying to be a good representation for my children. I'm trying to be the best man that I can be, because I learned early on the type of man that I don't want to be, because I saw it in too many people that I grew up around. Too many people that I looked up to, and it's like once you hit an age where, like, adolescence pretty much, where you start to come into your mind, it's like, man, I don't respect you. I don't look up to you no more. So when you become a young man and you really need somebody to identify with, somebody to acknowledge, kind of admire, I don't have that. So I had to create an image. Like I would just take bits and pieces from people that I admired, whether it was a movie or you know somebody that I respected or idolized at the time when I was younger. You know what I mean? Whether it was a ball player or something, just something about somebody that I admired. I would take these little things and just implement it. You know, I always talk about like Darius Love Hall from Love Jones, like the way he was, and I wanted to be the poet. I wanted to be that Renaissance type dude. You know what I mean? Like just a ladies' man and educated, focus on my future, trying to be a good man. You know what I mean? Like, and I would get that from like my favorite R&B group, probably of all time, but definitely when I was younger was H Town, and they was always talking about like treating your lady right. And I'm not saying the artist actually did. I'm saying the music that they put out was treat your lady right, do good things for your lady, love your woman, respect. You know what I mean? Like that's what I tried to implement in my life. And that's the type of man that I wanted to be. That's the type of man that I am. You know what I mean? Am I perfect? No. But I'm trying to be, if being close to perfect is a thing, that's definitely where I'm trying to be. Nobody's perfect. And I'm not trying to aim to be perfect. I'm just saying I'm trying to be the best possible person that I can be. And nobody can take that away from me or say anything about it, because if you're not putting forth the effort, then I don't need nobody's validation. I know what I'm trying to be, and I know the type of man that I'm trying to become. I'm still growing. I'm still an unfinished product. I'm still growing. I'm only 32 now. But I got girls watching me. I got a son watching me. You know, I got my kids is watching me, so I gotta continue to be a good man for them to see and to look up to. And as a father, I want my daughters to see, like, I love this about my father. My father was this kind of man, and I'm setting the bar, because if there ain't gonna be a man, you ain't gonna be no stupid thugs walking in my house talking about, what up, bro? Pump you in your mouth. When when they of age and my kids is dating and they talking about, what's up, bro? Get that fool out my house. My son gonna be just like me. I'm gonna make sure he's gonna be a stand up man like me. As a father, that's my job. But that's what I'm saying. Like, being a parent is hard, but being a person is hard too, because it's like I just been thinking a lot about things of the past, and what can I grow from? What do I need to let go? What needs to shed? Because every season is a season, really. Like, every day I'm constantly trying to grow from something, like whether it's some of the past that I haven't let go, that I still feel bitter or anger or frustration, you know? Like, I used to always want closure from people of my past, whether it was old friends or ex-girlfriends or, just peers or something that happened. It's like, but do I really want closure from these people that, I'm cold sometimes. And when the funniest thing is, like, with a lot of these people, my ex-girlfriends, like, everything ends bad to where it's like we don't ever speak again. Like, it's a bad situation and we just don't ever talk. Like, nobody's like, look, I'm sorry for what I said or what I did. I wish we could, at least end it on that note and be good. It never ends like that. It's always bad. And I've noticed that. And maybe a part of it was me. Definitely, there's part of it is me as well. Because I feel like at that time in my life, if you were cold to me, or if you did something wrong, or I felt you were wrong in this situation, I'm going to go off on you, because I'm going to tell you how I feel. And I didn't communicate the best possible way. So I was very harsh with a lot of things that I said. And I was very childish in some of the ways that I acted at that time in my life. But with some of my old friends, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, if I didn't cut you off, it was like they would get mad at me for whatever reason. Now this, my hands is clean. I had one homeboy that we were really tight, and then his team was a football team that was like rivals with my football team, which I didn't really care about because it's a game, it's not real, you know. And my team beat his team, and he was talking trash to me first. I just started talking back after, because I know not to, you don't trying to one up on your friends, really. And I know I play my position as a friend, because I know, like, oh, I ain't gonna try to stun on you or show off, because that might rub some people the wrong way. And I've learned that. You know what I mean? Like, I've learned not to showboat. I learned not to be prideful. I learned not to taunt people and stuff like that. Like, even when I play ball, I don't talk trash until people start talking trash to me. And then when people start talking trash to me, you're gonna deal with the consequences. But with my friends, I don't do that at all, But he started talking trash. Oh, your team sucks. And I'm like, oh no, your team sucks. And they just kept going, and then my team won. I'm like, oh, and your team sucks so bad they can't even do this, blah blah. And that was it. Never talked to the dude again. And we weren't friends to begin with. If a football game was to end a friendship, you know what I mean? And I remember telling him, I said, man, thanks for being my friend, man. Like, you don't meet too many real people. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean. Like when I feel like somebody's a real person, I'm gonna try to keep it as close as possible. But serpents, man. These people come around, act like act like they for you, act like they your friend, or the girls act like they love you so much. And I know people are people, and we all got something going on. But I'm just saying, I don't seek. I used to seek the closure from these people, but I just don't do it no more. I don't even want friends. And some people might say that's unhealthy, but I prefer to be stress free. I prefer to keep my peace in my mind. You know what I mean? Like my last friend, I mean, we don't speak no more either. And we've been cool since we was what, in 8th grade? That was what? It's been it's been 14 years since I graduated. So about 18 years. Is it 14? Yeah, 14 years since I graduated. So we was friends for about 18, 17, 18 years. I ain't been talked to him since last year. But I mean, I'm sure he wouldn't consider us not being friends. But when you don't speak to somebody from over a year, when you guys was talking at least once or twice every couple of weeks, you know what I mean? Like I haven't hit him up, but I was the last one to hit him up. But he just went on some different journey in life, and that's cool. I don't have a problem with it. But it's like, I've always been a supportive friend. I gave my life to the Lord. I was trying to, you know, be be of good faith and not necessarily lecture him about the Lord, but just try to extend the gesture. Like maybe it's time to give your life to the Lord, but he rejected. And the only time I would hear from him is when it was like, man, this girl did this, and yo, bro, this girl did this, and this drama, this drama, this drama. It's like, and to keep in touch with these people, you almost have to have something dramatic going on, or I would make something that wasn't bad make it worse just to be able to keep a conversation with this dude. I'm downplaying my happiness to keep, a friendship alive. And a lot of people that were around me at this time, it's like, even not this time, but just in my life, when I was going through my worst, that's when everybody came around me. And this is a spiritual battle that we live in. So I know now that I know I'm a lot wiser now, and I've been living for the Lord for 7 years. But when I reflect and I look back, I'm like, these people was extracting my energy. These people was extracting my spirit. My light. It was sucking it out of me. Really, you know what I mean? Like they was extracting all of my light out of me, making me a darker person, making me more angry and bitter and frustrated and depressed. Everybody. Everybody that I could think of, man. From my first girlfriend down to my last homeboy. Like that, and that's the God honest truth. Because I've never done anything to any of these people. I was very respectful to all of these people. The girlfriends, the friends, my peers, like all these people. I never did anything to nobody. Like I don't disrespect you. I just said if you respect me, I respect you. If you treat me right, I treat you right. So my nature isn't to be an asshole. My nature isn't to be mean. I'm a very kind person. But when you provoke me and make me upset, then I might say things. I never would react on people like that. But these type of people, I realized I don't want your closure. And what I did was a couple years ago, I reached out to a couple people that I thought I needed closure from. Way back, a couple years back. I reached out and I was like, look, I apologize if I hurt you, if I said anything, if I did anything. I'll give you the opportunity to tell me if I did anything wrong. Um, and that's it. Hands clean. That's it. And that was that. But I didn't want anything from them. I didn't need anything. I really made the end of the story the way I wanted to because I was so angry, maybe bitter, maybe I was seeking closure from these people that I just said, you know what? In order for me to heal, I have to put the end of this chapter to bed myself. Because me waiting for somebody to say, Herb, I'm so sorry the way I treated you, or Herb, I'm sorry, bro, for the way our friendship ended. I shouldn't have got mad at you for my team getting beat, or I shouldn't have got mad at you for uh, trying to excel, and because I was sitting around collecting money from unemployment. You know what I mean? I saw you progressing in life, and I got mad. I saw you move state, and I got mad. I started hating on you. Like I shouldn't have been talking about you on the internet when everything I said was wrong. But these people went above and beyond to try to take something from me. You know what I mean? They went above and beyond to try to extract my joy, my spirit, my love, my peace, sound mind, everything. So that's why I say I don't need friends. I prefer to not be close with anybody because when you don't have anybody as a friend, you kind of keep your peace. Like I stay strong that way. And it's not a negative thing that I don't have no friends. I'm good with it. My mama do it. My mom always say I could do bad by myself. Like I don't need nobody around me that don't give a damn. I don't want you around me if you don't give a damn. I got kids, you know what I mean? My kids care, my wife care, my family cares sometimes maybe, you know. But I don't need, you know, people around to just extract your energy. And with my former friend, like what happened was he got into something that's definitely opposed to what I'm living, and that's where that separation came from. Not to mention, I already had decided I'm not going to downplay my happiness no more for nobody. I grew up in a very negative upbringing, so to grow from that and not be negative, it definitely rubs people the wrong way when when they see who you were or how you were, they know how you was, and they now see who you are. It rubs them the wrong way because it's like, how dare you try to grow? How dare you try to be better than what you are or what you were? How dare you think that you're better than what you came from? And it's like, no, I don't think nothing of myself. I just think that I'm better than the type of man that I was is not the type of man that I want to be. And the type of man that I want to be is the type of man that I need to be to grow. I can't grow being who I was. So, that rubs people the wrong way, but that's also trauma, because sometimes I be thinking like, man, I don't necessarily think that I'm a bad person, but I'm like, damn, did I do something wrong? Because I don't like hurting people. I don't like making people mad. I don't like people not liking me, especially for no reason. I'll be like, damn, what did I be doing to people for people to get mad or not like me? It bothers me. That does bother me. I'm not gonna lie, but I be trying to figure it out, and it's like I just see all these people like, her, man, you're a good brother, man. You're a good dude. You're a good dude, and then the people that I call a friend, they don't see it that way. Like it's like some hidden motives. I'm like, what did I do though? Like if I did something wrong, tell me what I did wrong. So, excuse me. Tell me what I did wrong so I can learn from it. You know what I mean? Like I'm all about growth, and if I can't grow, then my job here is done. And life is the room, and the biggest room in the world is the room for growth. So if I can't grow no more in my life, then I'm done here. My mission is accomplished, and I ain't nowhere near it. So until the Lord tell me it's over, then it's over. But for me, I'm just trying to be the best man that I could possibly be. That's it. And like I said before, with my father, when my father passed, I took his death and I honored him by, I grieved, but I decided to honor him by trying to be a better man than he was. So my life is bigger than just Herb's life. My life is bigger than just trying to be perfect, because I'm not. My life is bigger than just trying to make people like me, because I don't care if you don't like me no more. I don't care if you hate me. Like I said, all these people that I've had issues with in the past, whether they were my ex-girlfriends or girls that I liked really, a lot, or girls that I loved, or my best friend, or people that I considered a really good friend or a homeboy or whatever. Like, if we don't speak, we don't speak for a reason, because we wouldn't be speaking today. So, based on the man that I am today. I wouldn't allow myself to speak to these people. And my wife, even like when I tell them about these people, she's like, "How the hell were you around these people?" I'm like, "I don't know." So maybe that was a character judgment on my behalf. I didn't see it. But all these people are serpents, and that's why I don't want serpents around me. I don't want, people that are crafty around me. Because I'm telling you, they try to eat at your life. They eat away at your life. They take away your legs so you can't grow, to try to keep you down with them. It's not necessarily the crab in the bucket mentality, but just more so spiritually. Like these people just eat at your legs. They chip away at your bones so you can't grow. Like you gotta, it's almost like Tetris. But instead of playing from the top, they playing from the bottom. Like they trying to connect pieces from the bottom to make you keep dropping. That's the analogy I have for him. I'm sorry. That's all I got. But um, but really that's how it is. It's like it's just chopping you down at your legs, so you think you're growing, but they're bringing you down. And that's what I mean when these people are like extracting your energy, sucking the life out of you. That's what it is. Like, you think you're cool with somebody, and these crafty ones just come around when you are at your wits end. And they befriend you. I mean, all of them, I swear to God. When I was just down and out, it's like this girl comes around. When I'm down and out, this friend comes around. Break up with that girl, I'm down on my luck. Down on my luck. This friend comes around. This old friend comes around. This girl comes around. And it's like they just extract it out of you. You got plans in life, and this girl comes and places herself in your life because I wasn't very wise yet at that time. Like I didn't want to be with nobody, but this girl was like, she told me everything I needed to hear, everything I wanted to hear. She was a good-looking female. She placed herself in my life and was like, I'm gonna be your girl, and I was like, oh okay. So I just went with it, and she just extracted life out of me. That's all she was. That's all she was. Just extracting my life, just taking away in my spirit, diminishing my light. And when you got a lot of light in this world, I'm telling you, you're gonna attract the negative people, the bad people, the crazy ones, the ones that gain power or energy by taking it out of you. You know what I mean? Like I remember one of my old friends. We was cool in like 7th grade, 8th grade, but we always had issues, and I didn't really like him. I didn't really care for him. But I remember I broke up with like my first girlfriend. He came around like right then and there, like when our relationship was over, and we actually had issues because of um, this girl. Because I remember when I started dating her, he messages her. It was like, "What's up, honey?" Blah blah blah. I don't know why. I don't remember if he said honey. I know it was something sweet that he said. Sugar, what's up, sugar, honey, whatever, something like that. He's like, what's up, honey? Blah blah blah. I don't remember what he said, but I was like, why are you messaging my girl? He's like, I was trying to get to you. I was like, well, I have a MySpace page. You can just message me. Why are you messaging my girl who I just started dating 2 weeks ago? Talking about what's up, honey? You know what you're doing. You know she dating me. You trying to bark up the wrong tree. And then you say, if you feeling froggy, then leap. But I never saw him again. I ain't see him anyway. I was talking to him, but I never heard from him again till like 5 years later. And he was like, hey man, I'm sorry about the past, man. I'm trying to be a bigger person, man. We was friends and blah blah. And I didn't want to be cool with him. I was like, all right, yeah, I appreciate it. He's like, man, let's hang out, let's go bowling. And I was like, all right. So we went bowling, we met up, we kicked it, we was cool, everything was cool. We started hanging out more. And like I said, I was at kind of at the end of this relationship with this girl. We was on and off, and when I'm down and out, there he was. Hey man, come on, let's play games and stuff. And I just be telling him stuff like, man, I don't know, man, this girl, I love her, but blah blah, she be killing me and just messing with my head. I'm losing my mind. I'm depressed right now. This is when I was kind of going through my phase where I was feeling like I wanted to take my life. So everybody that was around at that time that was like extracting my energy, I swear it was just pushing me closer to do something that I didn't want to do. And I really felt that way. I was trying to be strong. You know what I mean? Like I was really trying. And I just remember like when me and this dude stopped being cool, what happened was I remember he was like, "Hey man, you got clippers? Can you cut my hair?" And I was like, "Yeah." I don't know how to cut, but I know I could do a fade. And he's like, "All right, that's cool." So I went over his house. I cut his hair. He's like, "You can park here." So I parked there, cut his hair, and I was leaving, and then my car was gone. And I didn't know where my car was. I was like, somebody stole my car. Somebody told my car. So he was like, "Hey man, you could just stay here tonight, and we'll try to figure it out in the morning." I said, "All right, cool." And he's like, "Yeah, and I'll help you get your car back because I feel like it's my fault." So I'm like, "All right, cool." So the next morning, I figured out my car had been towed from the neighborhood tow truck because they said I parked in the wrong spot or something. So I got the money to go get it. So I go get it automatically, and they're like, "Yeah, your tags are expired or whatever." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll go get them fixed." So they let me get the car with an IOU, not an IOU, but with like a warning. So I get the car. You know, I'm doing what I'm doing, hanging out and all that stuff, and then um, I never asked him for the money yet because I was like, I automatically knew that he knew that what he said. So when it comes to money, you don't be like, "Hey man, what about that money you said you was gonna give me?" I just spent $300 pretty much to cut your hair for $20. You know what I mean? You got the money, like you got the money, and like I shouldn't have to ask you for the money that you said you was gonna give me. So, maybe a couple weeks later, my cousin was like, "Hey Herb, do you want to come to Seattle?" This is around Easter. She was like, "Do you want to come to Seattle to just see how it is? I see you going through a lot out there. I'm just trying to see if you want to get away for a while." And I was like, "Hell yeah! I never left state. This is the first time being on a plane." So she was like, "All right, I'll buy your ticket. You'll come out here in a week." And I'm like, "All right, cool." So, um, so I go hang out with him like once or twice before we leave, play games and stuff. And um, I'm like, "Hey man, you got that $200 that you said you was gonna, give me to get my car?" And he was like, he just looked at me like I was wrong. I'm like, "Hey, you said it, cause I wouldn't have asked you for nothing. You the one that said, 'Yeah, I'll give you $200, man. I feel like it's my fault,' right?" So if I'm wrong for asking for the money he said he was gonna give for me to come over to cut his hair, and for him to tell me to park in that spot, then I'm wrong. But um, he gives me the money, but it's clearly some animosity. So I'm trying to figure it out. I was like even contemplating just giving the money back, but I needed that money to go to for my bags and stuff for the plane, and just I'm gonna be out there for like a week, so I just needed the money. And I go to Seattle. I come back with my cousin that took care of me. I'm 20 years old. I just had a birthday. Well, I wasn't even 20 yet. I was like, no, I was 20. I was 20, but I was out there. My cousin bought me a couple outfits and stuff. She's like, "Yeah, I just want you to enjoy it." She's like, "What do you think about coming out here, going to school, getting a job, and you can stay with me?" She had a big old house. I was like, "Yeah, I'm down for that." So she said, "Whenever you're ready, just come on back." So I go there, do all that, come back home. You know, I must have smelled like new money or something, but just because I had a almost a new sense of life, because I'm like, all right, maybe I'm about to get out of here. Maybe I'm finally getting out of Alaska to start something new. And I think people could probably smell that on me, like, oh, he's not depressed anymore. He's not down and out. He has a light in his eyes. What the hell? What's going on? So he just my friend, he just wasn't feeling me after that. He was kind of like just there was definitely some animosity, but I'm thinking it's just because the money. It ain't because it wasn't just the money. You know what I mean? like because I was growing. I was trying to figure it out. And at this point, you couldn't chop my legs down no more. You couldn't eat away at my feet to break me down because I was moving in a different light, and I was like, all right, this is finally my way out of here. You know, and when I left, I moved down to Seattle in June. This is April, May. A couple months, I didn't hang out with him. I didn't really even talk to him no more. It was kind of like, what's up, man? Blah, blah, blah. But I didn't go over there. You know, I didn't hang out with him, nothing. And I moved, and then I remember this big girl who was on my MySpace page. I don't know how she got on my page, but she was on my page. She lived in Seattle. She must have saw me or added me, or when I said I was in Seattle or something like that. She befriended me on MySpace, and she's on my page, and also my ex-girlfriend, the one that kind of placed herself as my girl. She was on my page too, and you know, I liked her, you know. But this other girl, I didn't know who she was. I didn't even know how she got on my page because I don't really talk to white girls like that. So big. She was a big old white girl too, but no, you know, no. I'm not, you know, I don't know the word. I'm not saying, oh, because she white, I ain't like her. I was just saying, like, she just wasn't my type. I wasn't attracted to her, but she's on my page trying to holler at me and all that. And then what's weird was, when I finally moved down there, like, this girl started messaging me. She was like, hey, you know some dude named Mace? I was like, no, why? She's like, he's been talking mess about you. I'm like, who's Mace? So I said, can you send me a picture? She screenshotted the messages, him talking hella mess about me. And I'm like, the hell is this? So I look it up. Who is it? The dude that I said was my friend. You know? Like, calling me all kinds of names, saying this dude's suicidal and weak and all this, just talking all this trash. But it's like, yo, what I was saying at that point in time was how I was feeling. Like, I was very vulnerable with people around that time because I was honest. Like, if I feel some type of way, I'm going to tell it. Did I do it? No. You know what I mean? Nobody can say nothing about me that I haven't said about myself. I was weak. I was feeling suicidal. I was depressed as hell. You know, and I allowed people to control my mind, and I allowed, you know, a female that I loved and cared for dearly to mess with my head so bad. You know what I mean? And I definitely decided after that point to not trust nobody because this dude took a lot of the things that I felt just to talk mess about me to other people to make himself feel better. So I just said, you know what? When I come back to Alaska, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Like, and when I told him that, he knew. Oh, I'm busted. You know what I mean? And I was like, yo, I'm gonna tell your girl you talking to other females, and because that was the thing he did. I could have put him out on blast, but I didn't. You know what I mean? He would talk to all these big fat white girls and try to get stuff out of them. And I, you know, like I said, I don't like snakes. Now, when I talk about snakes and how snakes can be a snake to their female, and I'm just the friend, why couldn't they be a snake to me? That's what I'm referring to. You know what I mean? Like, people like that, just wicked, man. But everybody that I've been friends with, not everybody that I dated, but a lot of these girls that I dated, not all of them, I'll say about 80% of them, just extracting energy, man. And these people create more trauma for you in your life. So at this point, I don't need no closure from you. I don't want no closure from you. I'm healed. I'm good. I don't need it. Keep your validation. Keep your words. Keep your evenness and your stupid ass closure over there where you at. Because I'm good. I've been good. I'm just talking now. But I'm just saying, like, that's how I feel. Like, I'm standing on the mountaintop right now, beating on my chest. Because I don't need it no more. I used to. But I'm good. I'm at peace with everything. And if you ain't got peace with me, then the hell with you. Peace out.